Hey, how's it going? I'm doing a little banking, just looking out the window, and I wanted to. I'm not giving any kind of advice on banking. You'll have to figure all that out on your own. But I had a discussion with a buddy last night. He uses Wise, very, very popular to transfer money from the United States to Thailand or Philippines or people from the UK to Thailand. It's just a super popular and it is affordable. But I'm just breaking down. I'll just tell you what my numbers were. You're going to have to do your own homework on this. Now, I have always banked at Chase and Navy Federal Credit Union. I asked them what would it cost me to do international wire transfers. Chase was pretty cost prohibitive. I think it was a fee plus a percentage. Navy Federal, when I first started my search 2 years ago or longer, I think it was $20, a flat rate $20 fee. They've since upped it $5. It's $25. So that is what I have to go with. I don't really understand if my Bangkok bank charges a fee for an incoming wire transfer or if they charge a fee for an incoming Wise transfer. I don't know. It's a little tricky to figure out because the exchange rate is constantly changing. I just, out of coincidence, have sent 2,000 for the last 10 months from my Navy account to my Bangkok bank account. I write down roughly what the exchange rate is, if it's 34.1 or 34.9, and I write down how much money hit my Bangkok bank. So I'll share that with you. Today, I just did the 2,000 and they charged me the $25 fee. And I looked at Wise. If I would have transferred the same 2,000, it would have charged me $16.38. So I paid $8.62 more to use Navy Federal. It's kind of worth it to me. I'm comfortable with them. It's a fast phone call. It's a bank in the U.S. Different visas in Thailand require money coming from your home country into your Thai bank account. And I didn't really, it's probably not a risk. And maybe people in the comments will say it's absolutely not a problem. But I know, or I think I know, that Wise is based out of Great Britain or the UK. And I didn't want to have any issues at immigration if they say, well, you're a U.S. citizen, why is your money coming from a UK bank or whatever? So for $8. Now the thing is, I have also transferred large sums of money at times, and I think I did 25,000 when I was funding a visa or something, and it was the same $25 rate. Well, when I plug in transferring 25,000 from a US bank to a Thai bank, I'm seeing fees of, at Wise, $161. I paid 25. And you can get into the conversation of, well, how much do they allow you to transfer in one international wire transfer? I don't know. I'm not going to be, unless I buy a condo or something, I'm not going to be transferring hundreds of dollars over here, hundreds of thousands of dollars anytime soon. That 25 or 23 or whatever I did, I wrote down here that it cost me $25. Now, so that's $136 savings using the Navy Federal flat rate 25 as compared to the percentage-based Wise. Again, I've never used Wise. I'm just looking at the website and plugging in the numbers, and that's what it's telling me. If I'm wrong, once again, do your own homework on that. I'm not trying to sell you on Navy Federal Credit Union or any of that, but I have no interest in that. I'm just saying, every conversation you seem to get in, if it's in a pub or whatever, it's Wise, Wise, Wise. And I understand, yeah, I lost $8.62 by not using Wise on all these little smaller $2,000 transfers. And maybe that's an average Social Security check or something, so that's what more people are interested in. Once again, when Wise says we charge $16.38 and X amount of baht is going, being transferred, I'm not sure if that's what actually shows up or if Bangkok Bank says, okay, to accept that money, we're taking a little piece off the top. I'm sure it's not much, but maybe I'm not even going to guess. I don't know, a fraction of a percent or something. I haven't noticed the difference because the exchange rate is always different. So it's not. And when I transfer money to be honest, when I transfer money from Navy Credit Union, I always transfer it in US dollars. It is what it is when it gets to Bangkok Bank. I know oftentimes the exchange rate isn't as good at a bank. As a matter of fact, I went walking into Bangkok Bank a year and a half ago with 10 grand in cash, and she told me, you know what, go outside to the exchange booth and he can give you a better rate than we can. It wasn't much better, but in that 10,000, I think I saved $80 or $90 by using the private exchange booth. Now, of course, he inspected every $100 bill, and I was smart enough to bring nice, crisp, clean $100 bills. I inspected them all at my credit union before I left the U.S. because they're not going to accept anything with markings or anything like that. So if you've made it this far in the video, you know, maybe it's boring, but I'll give you the numbers just so you have them on what happened with me. And this is transferring 2,000 US dollars and being charged $25 at Navy Credit Union. I did it 10 months in a row. And in November of 2022, what hit my bank account after I paid the $25 fee, Navy Federal does not do it like Wise. You'll see a deduction for 2,000, and then you'll see a deduction for the 25 right out of your checking account. It's not like a Wise thing. Like I want to send 2,000, and then they charge you $2,016. It's just a flat rate deal. So in November 2022, this is all a $2,000 transfer, all of these. I received 70,820 baht. That was the highest. In December, I received 69,300. In January, 68,160. In February, 68,680. In March, 69,100. In April, 68,160. In May, this was the lowest, 67,060 baht. In June, 68,800. In July, 68,380. And just today, in August, 69,400, which was the exact same amount that Wise said would be deposited into my account after the $16 and whatever it was fee. Now, once again, I don't know if they're saying we're sending 69,400, but then 500 disappears for incoming fees. I don't know. I don't think Wise would predict what the fee's going to be at your bank. In my case, Bangkok Bank. I don't know how they would do that. They can only tell you what their fees are. But again, I'm no expert on Wise. I'm just telling you what hit my bank account, and those were the numbers. So whatever the fees were charged for incoming, they don't list them when I look at Bangkok Bank online. They just say accepted incoming wire transfer of 69,400. So maybe they're charging me nothing. I don't know. I'm not really worried about it, and it kind of is what it is. I mean, what are you going to do if you're going to be on certain visas and you need to show money coming into the Kingdom of Thailand? You have to do it through Wise or an international transfer, and that's just the cost of doing business. If I'm looking at this correct, maybe it's cheaper to use Wise on 2,000. I don't know where the break-even point is. Let's say 3,000, because I'm paying $25 and Wise is charging $16.38 on $2,000. Again, I'm going to continue to use Navy Federal. I'm comfortable with it. It's been working fine. If I'm looking at it right, it's better to use a flat rate outfit like Navy Federal if you're going to transfer. Well, here's an example. $10,000 I plugged in Wise today, and it said $76 in fees. Navy Federal, $10,000, flat rate $25. So that's a $51 savings. $25,000, if I were to transfer it over today, Wise said would be $161 in fees. I think I'm repeating myself, but $25,000 would be $25 at Navy Federal, saving $136. So do your own homework. I'm not pushing anybody in any one direction or another. I don't know if I fully believe Wise is the end all and greatest thing. It's a fine company, and it looks like maybe I'll save $6 or $7 in using Wise, but you have to go with what you're comfortable with. Now Chase, I absolutely didn't go with Chase because it was something crazy, and I don't remember. This was two and a half years ago. I did the homework. It wasn't $25. It was, it's this fee, whatever it was, plus a percentage of what you're sending. And I just did some quick math, on 10,000, and it was kind of these Wise numbers. Well, that's $127, and Navy Federal's doing $25. So I didn't even look or consider doing it at Chase. I will say this, it's a little bit of a pain. I wish there was a way to do it online, but I have to call Navy Federal each month, and it's kind of a long process. It takes, maybe 5 minutes. You have to make a little document uploading the SWIFT code of the bank, the account number, the exact address of the branch, the exact address that Bangkok Bank has on file. In my case, it's the United States, a Florida address. Phone numbers, I don't know. There's certain things they're going to have to ask you, and they read all these declarations. They take international transfers pretty darn serious. So it's they have to read all kinds of disclaimers and all. It just takes a while. But if you are going to use Navy Federal or another banking institution, what Navy Federal requested was you upload a document to them, and it's kept in their records for 12 months. I just found out because I'm over a year and a half, and it's always worked, but I called in to transfer money today, and he says, that message is gone. It's only held in the system for so long. So no big deal. I just had to repeat everything to him. I uploaded the document again, so hopefully it's good for at least another year. That way, when you call in, you can just say, all my information for my transfer is on file, and they just kind of do some copy and paste, and you just sit there watching TV or whatnot on hold for 3 or 4 minutes as they're typing it all in, review everything. They're very careful on, hey, this is going to this bank account. We can't guarantee if you gave us the wrong information where it's going to end up. We'll do our best to get your money, but you better have that all squared away. I mean, you send it off to some unknown Thai bank account, it could be an issue. Bangkok Bank's a legitimate company. I'm sure they would try to straighten things out, but at the very least, it'd be a major pain. Oh, and one last thing, it's just common sense that the fluctuation of the Thai baht's going to affect your buying power over here. If your rent's 15,000 baht, that's not going to change just because your 2,000 is worth 71,000 baht 1 month and 67,000 3 months later. So, of course, that's just all common sense. But don't forget, there's going to be fluctuations, and sometimes for the positive, sometimes for the negative. But you'll have to do all that homework, and thank you so much for listening to me rambling on about some banking, but maybe it'll help somebody. All right, take it easy. Have a great evening.